subscribe. Darling Radio, like and subscribe.
Grover, what's up, Grover?
Quick question. Foundational Black American from Long Beach. But what I really wanted to know, Tariq, in your opinion, who do you think is like most dangerous to the black community? Would you say it's American or Tethers?
Oh man. Well, our Sambo class, we can identify them. No, and I would say tethers because the tethers are more covert. See, the Sambos within our community, they still have to, for the most part, live among us to a certain degree. So we know who they are. Like, for example, Larry Elder, he's a domestic Sambo. He's not a threat because we know him. We know how he gets down. When he shows up, here this fool goes. So we already know. The domestic Sambos, they have to be more overt with their Samboing, whereas the tether class Sambos, they can be more covert because they can come around us cosplaying and then go hide off somewhere and we don't know where they are. They got these little immigrant enclaves that protects them to a certain degree. You understand?
Yeah.
Uh, so that makes them more dangerous because they come out of nowhere. I'm gonna give you an example. Um, During the early Black Lives Matter uprisings that were later labeled Black Lives Matter uprisings, I would show up to these different cities and we're out there with the FBA family seeing what's popping, and then all of a sudden some strange people start showing up with bullhorns, um, saying, "Hey, yes, we are the leaders of this, and we need justice. Black lives matter, and immigrants matter, and trans lives matter." We're like, who are these people? People would show up, and nobody would know who they were. Nobody knew where they came from, and that's one of the reasons that kind of planted the seed for the delineation movement, because these folks would show up and be considered leaders, and then they'll start talking crazy. They'll start pivoting the energy. It would be weird stuff going on. And when we start asking about people, nobody knew them. Nobody knew anything about them, which was unusual. Because sometimes, part of our culture, like somebody show up like, "Hey, whose man is that? Whose homegirl is that? Oh, like, that's such and such. That's whoop de whoop's cousin. That's such and such uncle. That's such and such daughter." We kind of have a background on people. Generally, we would know things about people. But these tethers would show up and nobody would know nothing about them. And then later we started putting two and two together. Like, where are all these people coming with this shit? And don't nobody know anything about them. We start digging into their backgrounds and we saw a common denominator. The common denominator is, okay, these people are from like Africa and the Caribbean. So there's something to that. This is not a coincidence. Every time there's some bullshit going on with these folks who's sneaking around and lurking around, and they're doing some real devious stuff behind the scenes, kind of sabotaging what's going on, we start looking in their backgrounds. They're from Africa or the Caribbean. So there's some kind of deliberate play going on here. So that's very dangerous. Well, it was dangerous because now we're doing paperwork checks now. So, both of them are dangerous. Domestic Sambos and foreign tether class Sambos, they're very, very dangerous. All right, let's get AJ. Let's get AJ in the building. AJ, what's happening, AJ? Mr. AJ, hop on in. AJ, unmute your microphone, sir.
You can hear me?
I can hear you, AJ. What's happening?
We spoke a few days ago, but yeah.
What did we talk about a few days? Because you kind of seem familiar. What we talk about?
We talked about the GoFundMe bullshit and people posting videos. Some of these videos.
I'm trying to remember. Are you Hispanic? What are you? AJ, AJ, what happened to your phone, man? Okay, AJ, did you drop an empalada on your phone? Hello, AJ. Okay, AJ just went silent. Okay, I think he dropped an empanada on his phone. Okay, all right, AJ, we'll have you call back. I don't know what happened to your thing, AJ. You just kind of disappeared. I was trying to remember who you were. I talked to a lot of people. It's kind of hard for me to remember everybody. All right. Good enough. Oh, AJ's trying to get back on. Okay, let me get it back on. Excuse me. What's the AJ? Where you at? AJ, get your shit together, man. All right. AJ,
You can hear me
I
now?
can hear you, man. What's going on with your phone, AJ?
Oh, I'm not sure.
All right. So what's on? Okay. Now, are you a Hispanic? I forgot. Just jog my memory, man.
No, no. My dad's from Iraq. My mom's white.
Okay. Okay. I kind of remember. You're Middle Eastern, kind of. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what's on your mind, AJ?
I was asking you the other day about some of these videos. Do you think this is being algorithmically pushed?
Which videos?
All of it. The whole timeline is people fight racial bullshit. The whole timeline, everything, all of it.
No, it's
And some of the videos are old. These aren't recent videos.
yeah.
These
There's
are 5 years old, 10 years old.
yeah. Some people are rehashing old videos. Some of them, and some of them are mixed in with new. So um, yeah, it's I don't think they're doing it just for the algorithms. Right now, the white supremacists are getting very bold, and there's going to be bold reactions to it. So yeah, they're doing real bold shit in real life now, which is good. I don't mind it. I don't mind open white supremacy. That gets foundational Black Americans on code. So how do you feel about all of this open racism coming from the white supremacists?
I mean, people around me don't use Twitter, right? So I ask people, they have no clue what I'm talking about. So in a way, this is really focused. It's really concentrated on Twitter. Um, I don't I don't think a lot of
No,
these
no,
people.
no. When you have people raising $500,000 on GoFundMe, this ain't just on Twitter, buddy. Yeah, this ain't just on Twitter. Yeah, it's.
But even that, it's questionable. It's like, okay, this Piers Morgan, Mark Lamont, he's a professor, right, at UPenn.
I think he is. I think Mark is. Yeah.
You have a professor at UPenn. I think he does social work. He's not a like he's not a he actually does shit. He contributes to society. He does something good. And then you have these grifters. All these people are grifters, right?
Who?
They're just
Who's grifters? Who?
everyone that wasn't Mark Lamont Hill.
Oh, okay.
They're all
You're
grifters.
right. Yeah. No, I agree with that. Well, yeah,
Pierce
yeah.
Morgan trying to get this woman to just no say it, say the word for views. This
Right.
is a professor. What the fuck is he doing sitting with these? This is a professor. He's not a he's not a grifter.
Yeah, but I guess they put them on there. You got to have opposing views, and that makes the conversation more interesting when people from different sides of the fence can get together and share their opposing views. So I guess that's what that was about. But
Right, but I'm waiting for a GoFundMe now for the woman to somehow make $500,000. And this is cool. This is like, oh yeah, this is a good thing to support. This is great.
mhm. Okay, all right, AJ. Thank you, AJ. I don't know what AJ is talking about. I don't know what AJ is talking about, to be honest. All right, let me get Zach, the foundational Somali. Zach said he's a foundational Somali. All right.
Oh, we need some straightening, Tariq.
You what?
We need some straightening.
You need some straightening?
Nah, we gotta get some straightening for you.
Oh,
You are totally blasphemous. We need some straightening.
okay. How you gonna get some straightening? What you gonna straighten some injera bread? What you gonna straighten?
Nah. We need to dive deep. I'm a,
you gonna straighten that tapeworm you pull out your damn
nah.
stomach,
Let's
nigga.
slow down. Let's slow
That's,
down. We need some straightening. Let's just slow down.
uh,
Let's have a conversation. Let's slow
you
down,
gonna straighten a bayang over that big forehead. That's what you need to straighten.
sir. We're gonna have some straightening.
Now,
Let's
first
slow
off,
down. Let's slow down.
before we do some straightening, now describe now your foundation, your foundational Somali FSA. So why
Sir,
do you have
we're gonna
Somali?
get
Wait,
some
no, slow
straightening.
down. Why do you have Somali FBA? That's a contradiction.
Right, right. We're gonna get some straightening
All
right
right,
now.
you
We're
done
gonna
said
figure
that a
this all
million
out,
times. How are you a Somali FBA?
sir. We're gonna get some straightening. Let's slow down,
You better explain that, and you got 2 seconds.
sir. I am a FBSA foundational Somali Black American, but we're gonna get some straightening
No,
tonight.
no, 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 no. Foundational to what?
Foundational to here,
No, you're not.
my
You
lineage.
immigrated here.
No, my lineage is tied down to
No,
here,
it's
just like
not.
your
No, it's
lineage,
not. How is your lineage tied here and you immigrated?
sir. I never immigrated. I was born
You're an
here.
anchor baby. That's what you're still an immigrant. You're an anchor baby.
Sir, we about to get some
No,
straightening.
no,
I'm
no,
about to break
no,
it all
sir.
down.
The only thing was straightening was your umbilical cord that they anchored your ass here with.
Sir,
They
we're
straightened
gonna
that cord out,
slow down. We're gonna get
and
some straightening right now.
then they wiped the damn baklava off your umbilical cord. But sir, you're not. I just don't like you using the term Somali FBA.
Let's slow
It's
down, sir. We're
sir.
gonna get some straightening. Cause you need some straightening, sir. We're gonna get you some
Are you
straightening,
high
right?
off cat? What you're saying the same thing over and over. You're high off that cat,
Sir, 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 let's slow it down. Let's slow it down.
sir. The only
We're
thing
gonna get
that's
some
slow
straightening.
is your metabolism. That's very slow. That's already slowed down
Sir, sir.
because you're starting to eat regularly, and you ain't eating Red Cross rice no more, nigga. So you can slow that
Slow-
down. All right,
nah, slow it.
all
No,
right. Thank you. Let me get some more people in here. All right. Some damn Somali FBA. The hell out of here. All right. Oh goodness. All right. Come on, folks. Let's get some folks in here. Dev. Dev, let's get Dev in here. Dev, what's happening? Dev,
Hello,
what's up, Dev?
Tariq. What's happening? How you doing?
I'm good, brother. What's going on with you, Mr. Dev?
Not much, but I wanted to tap in on what was going on with Myron today. So you remember that girl, like not too long ago, who said basically she got famous for saying the N word?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So she was on the panel, and Pierce Morgan was talking to her, and Myron and Mark Lamont Hill was kind of like explaining why the situation was bad. Kind of going when they were comparing the Carmelo Anthony situation, right? Basically, he was saying that Mark was saying that Carmelo Anthony, they're basically were raising money for his defense,
Right.
because he's not, guilty as charged. It's like, hey, innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
And they're raising money for the lady, but all they're raising them for is just that, oh, they said the N word.
Right.
Good.
Right. Right.
And it's like,
Literally no other reason, just rewarding her for being a racist. That's literally it.
exactly. And then what happened was, the lady, the girl Lily Gaddis, that's her name. She said the N word, and she said to Pierce, "Like, yeah, I say it all the time." And basically, just getting real bold with it. Like you was just talking about, like, hey, these white supremacists are getting bold, and Pierce couldn't even because people suspect Pierce might be a suspected white supremacist too,
Yeah,
but
which he
he
is.
couldn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
He couldn't even really defend. So he's like, man, I can't even I can't even kind of spin this. So
But
he had
but
to get on.
Pierce know what he was doing. That's why he put her up there, though. You understand?
Yeah,
That's why
yeah,
he ain't slick. They get up there and play. Oh my God, she's saying the N word. Oh wow.
yeah,
Ooh, clutch the pearls. Yeah, you put her up
yeah.
there for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But here's the last thing. Basically, where Myron came in was that he was basically trying to do his whole spiel is like, hey man, I'm gonna get in there and defend these, start tap dancing and everything. And he was trying to equate the two situations. Like, yeah, man, you listen to me, people like Tariq and she and everybody, they could get on here and do Black Lives Matter, but when you do a Life Lives Matter, and Mark Lamont Hill broke that down. It's like, oh, it's not the same thing. When somebody says Black Power, you know what they're trying to do. They're trying to, empowerment for the things that we've gone through, things that foundational Black Americans have gone through, and then as opposed to white power, when I'm white power, it's some different energy.
Right.
That's basically what I was trying to say.
Thank
So,
you so much. Yeah, when they say white power, that follows by there's some kind of violence they're going to ensue. They're going to start harming people. Yeah, when they start talking about white power, the minute you hear white power, some bad shit immediately happens. Candace, what's up, Candace? Miss Candace, you want to unmute your microphone? Miss Candace. Miss Candace didn't want to. It might have been a dude. All right, it might have been a dude. All right, let's get Descendant. Let's get Descendant in here. Descendant, hop on in. Mr. Descendant, hop on in the building. Unmute your microphone, Descendant. That would be great if you can unmute that microphone.
My boy,
What's up, this?
I can't believe you did it. Like, let's talk about it. Like, this shit is so racist. It's crazy. Like, we don't have to do that, right? Everything is racist. We've had these conversations, like, I feel like 3 times. You don't have to do it.
We don't have to do what?
I get
Okay,
it.
you got to start over. Al. You got to put
You
everything.
have
You got to put everything in context. What are you saying now?
to understand that everything is completely right. Like, I'm white, you're black. We could go back to like lineages a million years. But the divide is the fact that everybody thinks, like, I'm white. I don't care about any of the shit you just talked about. Like the stupid girl, who gives a she's stupid as fuck. She got $1 million and I'm pissed about it myself. That is crazy. It's absolutely
Oh no,
bananas.
I care. No, that's significant because you got that money for denigrating a damn black child. So yeah, that's
Understandable.
significant. So yeah,
No,
if that's the hold on,
okay, so
slow
let's
down.
change
Oh no, because yeah, you
let's
can
change
slow down.
let's change
Slow
wording.
man, if you don't slow your ass down,
I do care.
slow down.
But also I am. I'm talking
Okay, now I'll push that mute button on your red ass. All right, you're not going to talk over me now. I'm telling you to slow down. You got to unpack what you're saying, man. All right, let's get that shit straight. All right, let's get that straight. All right, when I say slow your ass down, that means you put the brakes on. You don't put it in neutral and just coast. Put the brakes on it. Now, I care about these white supremacists raising money for denigrating black children because that sets a dangerous precedent and that emboldens other white supremacists. And I am a black father with black children. So, yeah, you can dismiss it because you ain't got black children. I do, and we do over here. So that's why we don't dismiss it like that. Now, you can speak, sir. Go ahead. Hop on. All right. Since it's taking you a minute to get your microphone back up, I'm going to get Miss Thunder in here. Thunder, hop on.
no, actually
You're
not.
here? Okay,
Come on,
okay.
man.
Oh, well, Miss Thunder, you
Yeah,
have to wait. Descendant is back.
apparently when the screen closes, it is what. But no, I agree with you. That is absolutely insane. Like, let's get a baseline. That's crazy, right? Nobody agrees with that. That is batshit crazy. But also, I don't think it's as divided as you're making it. That's why I keep popping on here. I'm like, dude, we're like, I work with like gangster rappers on a daily. I don't think that like there is as large as a divide as we're making it. Like,
Yeah,
we're cool.
just the fact that you
Nobody
on
nobody really cares.
the fact that you are
Like, I
reduced
agree with like
the fact
I agree with
the
90%.
fact that your interaction with black society is gangster rappers and that's all you know about black society, that sir is a problem. You see what I'm saying? When y'all run around here talking about, oh, ain't no racial divide, ain't no this, ain't no that. Oh, I got gangster rap friends. The only black people you interact with is when it's on a low level, semi degenerate vibe. That kind of proves our point, sir. The only entry into black society you have is decadence. It's something that's degenerate, Loki. And I'm not saying all gangster rappers are degenerate, but it, that's your liaison into black society. See, this is why people who are in the dominant white society cannot speak on black issues. You don't know the nuances of our culture. You only know the stereotypical elements of it, and that's it.
In a world of chaos, confusion, and injustice, Radical Hope in the 21st Century by Raheem Shabazz. It's the blueprint for black liberation and elevation and transformation. This is more than a book. This is a movement, a call to arms for thinkers, builders, and freedom fighters ready to shape a new future, unapologetically pro-black, unshakably rooted in the truth. Get your copy now at necessaryblackness.com. That's necessaryblackness.com, because the revolution won't be televised, it will be read.